So, circle, who said what? Okay. So, who said this? And hands up. The quickest hand up gets to answer. Okay. So, who said this? A middle class person or a working class person? Our houses have servants. I think that was Mia. Who did that?
Middle class.
Middle class. Yes, you would never get a working class person with a servant because they were the servants. Okay, number 2. We base our values off the Queen. Ray?
Working class.
No, upper class and middle class.
Yeah, so it's mostly the middle class, but the working class still did really respect the Queen. So they would still sort of base their values off her, but not as much as the middle class. Okay, next one. Let me get it. We have a low social status. Mia?
Working class.
Working class, yeah. They weren't very respected. Okay, life is generally hard for us. Right?
I'm first.
Yeah, right?
Working class.
Working class, yes. Life is really hard. You have to work in the factory all day and then come home and live in the slums. Awful. Okay, next one. We are seen as respectable and clean. Mia?
The middle class.
Yeah, the middle class. And then the last one, we have lots of time for leisure activities. Ray? The middle class, yes. The working class were too busy working to have any fun. So, yeah. So the Victorian time was a time of change, remember? So what changed with children? What did they have to do that they didn't have to do anymore?
They didn't have to work in mines and they had to go to school.
Look,
Yeah,
there's a sign that says changes ahead.
Yeah. I guess that was a good image to show that changes are happening. So yeah, so children at the start of the Victorian period had to work, and then at the end they didn't have to work anymore, they had to go to school, which we can all agree is a really good thing because you can get an education now. And what changed for women as well?
They got to vote.
Yeah, so not in the Victorian times, but they definitely made progressions and they wanted to be respected for the first time. Respected and what their independence. Excellent. Okay. So the Victorian time was a really optimistic period, and people demanded a better standard of living. They weren't going to sit there and live in the slums anymore. They wanted change. So by the end of the 1800s, trade unions were becoming very popular among the working class. So a trade union is a group of people formed to protect and further their rights. So in any workplace, they'll have a union so that all the workers get respected. And these really began in Victorian times. So working class men got the vote between 1867 and 1884. So even men didn't get the vote back then if they were too poor. Very, very crazy times.